Welcome to today's video. Before we go any further, a little bit of housekeeping. It has come to my attention that there is a large proportion of people watching my content who have not subscribed to my channel. This troubles me, this worries me somewhat. So, if you are one of the many people, and I know because it's a very clever machine, there's analytics, there's numbers, there's graphs, there's everything. If you are one of the people who has not subscribed to my channel, yet you find yourself here again, do me a favor, do us a favor, just take a little second and click the subscribe button. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Also, for you, click the subscribe button. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to get that done. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. The topic of today's video. As always, whatever I talk about, it comes from my many years of experience coaching men. Just because I talk about men a lot in my content, that doesn't mean that the same principles don't apply to the ladies. I simply use my experience as a man because in all of my 45 years, I've never been a woman. So I can just speak as a man. I know that some of you watch these videos and you feel the need, you feel triggered by the fact that I mention men. And you put in the comments, women too, which is absolutely fine. I'm not forgetting about you and I'm not talking to you. I'm just coming at you from my years of experience. In fact, 45 years I have been a male of the species. I was going to say, I feel like I'm an authority on it. However, someone commented last week saying that I am not an authority because an authority is, this is a lady from Canada, an authority is a teacher, a politician, a policeman. I am not an authority, I am experienced. So she felt the need to write a lengthy comment telling me that my use of the word authority was incorrect, so I'm not going to use it. However, I can tell you that in my 45 years of being a male, one thing stands out to me, especially in the last few years in my own transformation and being a part of hundreds of other transformations all around the world. There is one thing that prohibits, stops, keeps men from getting to where they want to be. It stops them dead in their tracks. It's the fear, it's the thought. It's the period of time that you are going to look like a rank amateur. Whenever you are undertaking something new, whenever it's your first step on a brand new journey, when you're trying to learn a new skill, where you're trying to just be a better person, there's going to be that weird phase where you look like you don't know what you're doing. You look like an amateur. You look like you're unexperienced. And it's that weird phase, it's that weird period that literally stops men progressing. They will come into a new endeavor with absolute gusto. They're so keen, they're so motivated, they've got so much willpower, they want to get it done. And the second they feel like, the story that they tell themselves, the second they feel like other people are judging them because they are not knowledgeable. Remember, a big part of the masculine energy is problem solving. It's leadership. It's knowing the answers to every single problem. And that's where the masculine energy really does kick you in the swingers, because I'm going to let you into a secret. You don't know everything. And that's okay. We're not supposed to know everything. We are supposed to be good at some things and bad at others. But if we don't push ourselves through this really weird no man's land when you're, and I'll use an example. When I was a competitive bodybuilder, that was a strange part of my life. When I was a competitive bodybuilder, I would lose generally 3 to 4 stone from my off season going into a contest. So I would spend 16 weeks meticulously dieting, training, sleeping. Everything was written down to the gram. During that period, 3 to 4 stone. So what's that? 1 stone is 14 pounds, 28. Anything from 30 to 50 pounds. Say, let's just use that as a kind of example so that you kind of know what I'm talking about. There's a period in that time where you go from looking like the Hulk, you go from being this big dude who obviously trains. There's a weird period in the middle where you're not big, you're not ripped, you just look like a normal person. You look like you don't go to the gym. You look like you don't train. You just look like you're physically fit, but you don't look like a bodybuilder. And if that's where your identity lies, if you are a bodybuilder, you go through this weird bit. And if you can't get past that bit, because it doesn't last long, it only lasts probably three or 4 weeks, probably not even that. And on the other side of that is when you start to look really, really ripped. So if you imagine that weird no man's land, if you were to put it in your own particular goals, whatever it is that you're looking to achieve, you're going to have to go through that bit where you don't look like you know what you're doing. And for most men, that kills them. That kills them. They feel like, let's use the gym as an example. They feel like everybody's looking at them. They feel like everybody's sniggering. The reality is no one is, because no one cares. No one is bothered. But it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're trying to get good at something, the first time you hit a golf ball, you were probably awful at it. If you were trying to learn to play the guitar, you can't just pick up a guitar and expect to be playing like Jimi Hendrix. There's going to be a bit where you're going to sound like a cat being strangled. If you let's bring it back to sex. The first time you had sex, the first few times you had sex, you were 100% awful at it. You were terrible. But with practice, with experience, you got better and better. And well, most of us did. You might not have done, and I'm sorry about that. But what I'm trying to say, keep going. Persevere. If you are on the right path, getting through this horrible, uncomfortable, testing, weird part of your life, on the other side is glory. On the other side of discomfort and embarrassment is wondrous things. Hopefully, that's given you something to think about. Maybe you're in that weird situation yourself. Maybe you've just embarked on your fitness journey and all the weights feel weird and the movements don't feel right and the food doesn't taste as good and you're not liking what you're seeing. Stick with it. Persevere. Listen to the right people. Implement ruthlessly the correct advice. Exercise, flex your delayed gratification muscle. Anything good, anything that you want that's going to massively change your life, it's not going to happen overnight. Hopefully that's helped. Hopefully that's given you just a little bit something to think about, something to cling on to. I hope it has. Everything that I say, everything that I do, everything that I put out directly to you is designed to help you. I'm going to go. I've enjoyed today. Have a wonderful day.